Physical scrimmage than a week ago. I think the defense got the better of the offense today. I thought the defense ran around well, was physical, got off of blocks. We rushed the passer well. We didn't give up big plays. Offensively, certainly a positive was we took care of the ball, and that's one of our main goals. But just, a lot of those individual matchups in terms of the O-line versus the D-line, wide receivers versus the defensive backs. I thought the defense came up on the upper half of those battles, and they were more successful because of it.
Is that kind of a function of being where you're at in terms of you don't have a full offense installed and things like that, or is that just the
I think
play
that
of the
just
game?
Today, today at a lot of those positions, the defense outplayed the offense. And again, football's a game of matchups. Every player's got to win their matchup. If you're an offensive lineman, you got to block the defensive lineman. If you're a wide receiver, you got to get open against the corner. And those battles today, I thought the defense won. And so, the quarterbacks didn't have a lot of time because the defensive line was getting good pressure. That's the positive. The negative is the offensive line didn't protect well. And on the perimeter, I thought our corners did a nice job in coverage and defended well. And conversely, the receivers weren't getting open. So that's the nature of inter-squad scrimmages, that anything that you do positive is, the flip side of it, because the other side didn't execute the way they needed to.
You were talking about those receivers afterwards. I heard you talk about Joplin in particular. Just talk about him and sort of his progress and where you'd like to see him get to.
I mean, he's making great progress, but the position he plays in our offense has been an all-conference player 3 years in a row. So that position for us can't be average. So the standard's been set. You had Freddie Barnes a couple of years ago. The last 2 years, that position's been an all-conference player. And our expectation is he plays at an all-conference level. I think he's capable of it, but today he didn't do that.
Will you take a look at or look ahead for us for the spring game? I mean, how's that going to be run?
Well, we need to talk about that afterwards. I need to consult with the two of you.
Right,
okay. But we finally have enough players. We're going to have a draft.
Okay.
So we're going to have we would like to have an orange and brown game, but we don't have brown uniforms, so it'll be orange and white. And we're going to have a player draft on Wednesday, and we'll be able to announce those teams Wednesday afternoon, and we'll be able to play it like a game. So that's the great thing. We have 90 players on the roster right now, which is probably 20 to 25 more than we've had in 4 years. So we'll have a real game.
I see Stein was in a boot today. What's his status?
He chipped his toe, and he's in a walking boot, so he should be fine in about 5-6 weeks. But he'll be out for the rest of spring.
When you say chip a toe, is that a break, fracture?
It's a slight fracture.
Slight fracture.
Yep.
Okay.
So nothing that requires surgery. They put him in a boot. He can bear weight, but we're just not going to aggravate it by having him kick.
Coach, one of the positives about your team this year has been the experience. Everyone talks about, all these guys are coming back. Mm-hmm. But if you look at it, you look at your record from last year, it was in terms of record, it was subpar. So how does it, why should we get excited about the team just because they've had experience, let alone the records?
I think any time that you're able to play 34 freshmen and sophomores, anytime you return 21 starters, we weren't pleased with the record last year. It was an obvious improvement from the year before, and if we make that same jump with 34 returning freshmen and sophomores who played and 21 returning starters, I think that puts you at a level that you need to be competing for championships. So that's the expectation next year, that we're going to be a team that's a bowl team, and we're going to be competing for a MAC championship.
Thank you.
Anything else for Coach?
All right.
Thank you.